Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay cast from the South Korean ladder. This time, however, with a small surprise given the fact that it is not a flash replay. We have actually spawned here at the 12 o'clock position in the teal. It is JAEDONG and his opponent here in the lower left. In the green, it is actually Rain with his AK Minimaxi. So a very interesting engagement here once again on Apocalypse. Very beautiful sandy map with 3 spawning location. Should be a very interesting game in between the two pros. Rain, of course, doing very well in the ASL. JAEDONG as well, a known figure, a veteran from the Starcraft Broodwar scene. So yeah, we do have, of course, the production tab here in the upper left part, and we're going to be checking out the build orders just like we do in the previous replays here onto this channel. We have the spawning pool and a nice extractor trick here by JAEDONG to have a little bit of a supply extra drone here, going for an overlord and actually spawning pool first, and the lucky scout here by Rain, a very early actually scout here by Rain. Let's check his build order. It looks like he's going straight for a Nexus first. The pylon is outside. He's also going for a forge here, so looks like Rain preparing a macro game here onto this small map. And yeah, let's just see how the game is going to continue. There's the spawning pool. The first Zerglings, the 2 first Zerglings are actually getting produced. More drones are getting produced here for JAEDONG. No hatchery yet for him, but I believe very soon this will change. Of course, he has now the minerals available for the hatchery, and he's going now for his expansion. Still no gas into his main. The probe, of course, scouting everything nicely here as the Zerglings will also hatch, but we're closing towards the swim-in mark. Of course, Rain really wants to know if JAEDONG is going for a fast tier 2 upgrade. There we have his first cannon actually getting produced. A very safe build order here from Rain. Forge into cannon, and then the expansion. No gas for him as well, as the Zerglings still do a good amount of damage here towards this one probe. And yeah, the probe, very importantly here, is that there is no tier 2 upgrade yet. There is the gas. And of course, Rain is going to try to keep this probe as much as he can alive here, just to scout the important tier 2 upgrade. But hold on, actually JAEDONG going for another expansion here. So it's also nicely macro orientating here, and he could even do the tier 2 upgrade here onto this hatchery right there. Rain knows this, of course, as he's sending out now the probe, and I believe he also might try to scout the second expansion point here onto this location. In the meantime, the wall of continues here for Rain. There we have the gateway. Nexus should be finishing here as well. There's the pylon with the gas, and I believe a cybernetics core will also follow very soon. Where the probe sees the important second hatchery, second expansion here, which will mean that JAEDONG will be at a 3 base Zerg very soon. Tier 2 upgrade, I don't see yet a tier 2 upgrade here for JAEDONG. He's nicely investing into his expansions, into his economy, as finally the probe has been sniped here by the Zerglings. So the first Zealot is also getting produced. Rain should of course be fine here with a nice wall of 1 cannon. Taking his main, gas is getting mined. Cybernetics core will be finishing, of course. So his economy is looking very good with 20 workers versus the 13 workers, 14 workers now here for JAEDONG. But of course this will change very quickly. JAEDONG might even try to go for a macro hatch. Actually going for a Hydralisk then, so we might see a timing push by him very soon at around the 8-minute mark with Hydralisk, with Zerglings. The Rain will of course be forced to go into more fences there, as he's now going for the weapons 1 upgrade, and we also have the faster Hydralisk movement speed already getting done here for JAEDONG. Still mining only with 1 drone here. There's 5 drones into the other expansion point, and of course the main pretty much saturated here. So yeah, weapons 1 for the Protoss. There's the Zealot. There's also a Citadel of Adun, so we might see some early legs, fast legs here, as I've missed a movement out here by Rain with only 2 Zealots. He's trying, of course, to inflict some damage towards the economy, but still a very healthy amount of workers here for JAEDONG available. 23 for him versus the 29 from Rain. So Rain is just still moving out here with his Zealots, trying to scout, of course, as much as he can, tries to keep JAEDONG at bay at home, not allowing him to move out, and also the Zealot nicely moving here forward, as I believe he might... Oh, he didn't see the tier 2 upgrade here for JAEDONG, so it could also be lurkers here for JAEDONG, as we have an important upgrade here for the Zealots for Rain. So he might try those pushes once again with a couple of Zealots, towards the expansion points for Zealots with speed can be quite deadly against a quite unprotected expansion here by JAEDONG. If JAEDONG actually going into a macro hedge, so no sunkens for him, as now finally his Zerglings are moving here forward with his Hydralisk, where with that rain of course now going into more and more cannons. The first two Hydralisk already here. There is no upgrade for the Dragoons for the range yet. And let's have a look what's going to happen here as more and more damage is actually being taken here by Rain. The Dragoon taking more and more shots, so very good early harassment here by JAEDONG, as those Hydralisk of course will be very deadly against the buildings from the Protoss. The one cannon already in danger, he might even be lucky to snipe the weapons 1 upgrade. Maybe it would have been wiser for him to go for the weapons 1, but then again he surely knows exactly what he's doing. And with that of course he's keeping Rain at bay, he's making sure that the Zealots will not move out towards the unprotected expansions here, as more and more hatcheries are getting added here by JAEDONG. So very nice build order by him, even a great SimCity build order to create a protection here towards the workers here from this expansion, and a nice sunken colony in the back hidden. The main is of course exposed. We have an interesting spire here for JAEDONG. I believe he is going to just try to counter some Corsairs, if there's going to be some Corsairs here by Rain. And yeah, there they are, as at the same time we do have a movement out here by Rain. So Rain with weapons 1 upgrade decides of course to go towards the unprotected expansion, and there is actually a sunken here in the back. Second sunken also getting produced here for JAEDONG. Not a good of a SimCity build order, as in come the Zealots, and they will very likely go straight for the economy. They try now to bypass this, but the SimCity build order here by JAEDONG is really good. And with that the reinforcements do arrive on time here for JAEDONG, as Rain might try now to move towards the main, but of course the way is pretty much shot here nicely by JAEDONG. Let's see if it's going to be a suicide mission here for Rain, as he's once again moving forward with his Zealots. Weapons 1 is done, legs of force as well, as we have now Psionic Storm. A very logical here decision here by Rain. Even some Dark Templars, and there are the Corsairs out on the map just to hunt down the overlords into the air. So very interesting game. We're closing towards the 10-minute mark. Still anyone's game of course. Now JAEDONG is getting forced to stay back and defend against the Zealots from Rain, as Rain might even be lucky to snipe a overlord or two here. There's not that many Hydralisk are here to defend JAEDONG, with a small mistake here, leaving some overlords unprotected. Finally the speeding Hydralisk do come here forward to defend against the Corsairs. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Some Mutalisk, interesting enough, are getting added here by JAEDONG, so quite an interesting decision by him. Hydralisk into Mutalisk actually here for him, perhaps just to keep Rain guessing what exactly his next move is going to be. Let's see some lurkers. We might actually see mass Hydralisk, but a very interesting touch here by JAEDONG with 5 Mutalisk into the air, just to harass perhaps the expansion point here from Rain. Could be a very good possibility here for him, as in come the Mutalisk, and 49 workers are available now here for Rain, but 2 already have been shot down. A very good move here by JAEDONG, and remember he also has some Scourges to defend the Mutalisk. As a pretty much a failed High Templar Storm, there is a reaction from Rain with his Zealots moving here forward against the expansion point, but there's 2 Hydros in the back, 2 Sunkens here as well. Very good block here by JAEDONG, as the harassment pretty much continues here. Rain dropping to 6 workers already, even 7 workers. Very good touch by him, as the harassment, he tries to harass of course the expansion, but the build order is just way too good here for JAEDONG. JAEDONG actually holding with 2 Sunkens and a couple of Hydras against the sheer mass of Zealots from the opponent. And of course the main is also nicely protected, as the Rain just pretty much scouting here the map, losing a little bit of time to find another expansion. So very good defensive gameplay here by JAEDONG, and a nice abusive gameplay here by him as well. With just a couple of Mutalisk, he's able to actually snipe some around 7 workers. Of course Rain bouncing back to 48. The Mutalisk are hurt, but they have pretty much done their job. So 5 Mutalisk, great stuff by him, with some Scourges being able to inflict good economic damage towards the opponent, as now they might even try to be suicided here forward against Rain. Finally we do have the Dragoon range, some armor here for the Protoss. We also have an Artosis facility bay. We might see some High Templar harassment with some shuttle gameplay here by Rain. It could be of course a possibility for him, as now all of a sudden JAEDONG going into mass Hydralisk production with the lurker upgrade. So this is of course his transition. The 5 Mutalisks have done a great job of crippling a little bit the economy from the opponent. Rain bouncing back to 52, but with 7 kills, a very good job. With only 5 Mutalisks, JAEDONG showing us how strong the Mutalisk can be versus the Protoss. And now finally the logical reaction here by Rain. He has High Templars with Storm. Of course the perfect counter against all of those sheer masses of Hydralisk here from the opponent. 0 to 1 upgrades. There's the DT seeing everything, and Rain actually going for another expansion. Pretty much exposed expansion here as everything is getting pretty much thrown out here forward by JAEDONG. The hurt Mutalisk are in the front. The Hydralisk coming from the back to defend. More and more masses of Hydralisk are moving here forward. As Rain, sadly for him, pretty much he has to abandon a expansion point here. Waiting here in the back, waiting for the energy for the High Templars to get restored. But in the meantime, more and more is getting thrown out here by JAEDONG, as he pretty much has a great control of the map with his lurkers in a great position. More lurkers are getting produced. We might even see a drop attempt here by JAEDONG. Could be a possibility here for him. Speed is of course done for the overlords. There we have the high ground here actually for JAEDONG. Rain tries to move out, but those Hydralisks are really fast, and of course they're protected nicely on the high ground with the lurkers from JAEDONG, as sheer masses of Hydralisks are moving here forward. So only the High Templars will be the saving grace here for Rain, as JAEDONG pretty much preparing a siege forward here against his opponent, and his main target is of course going to be the newly established base from the opponent. So we have a nice beeline created here by the Protoss as he's moving here forward. Great storm anticipation here by him. The lurkers are nicely spreaded. The zealots are in the front. Great stuff here by both players. There's lots and lots of damage is being taken here from the zealots in the front. The dragoons in the back aren't really touched. The Hydralisk in the back also not really getting touched. Pretty good storms here, but not that many casualties. Finally a great storm here, catching so many Hydralisks, but still JAEDONG has so much being left here, as more and more damage is being taken here by Rain. The lurker is here in the front, dealing splash damage. Good storms now here by Rain, as more and more damage is being taken. So JAEDONG throwing everything he has, even has brought his overlords here forward to soak up some damage, all of the dragoons here, and all of a sudden I believe Rain will be able to hold here, but at what cost? He has lost so many casualties here, and you can see it on the minimap. The reinforcements are just pouring here forward for JAEDONG, as his mission was clear. He really wanted to stop the expansion, the second expansion here from Rain. At the same time he also expanded here, so very smart move by him, as in come the Zerglings now with no speed I believe, but with great force in the front, as Rain actually crippling down here to only a couple of dragoons. He really needs some zealots in the front. He really needs those High Templars very urgently, as he might try to take out a couple of those Hydralisks. He will be successful. The Zerglings really slow. Rain tries of course his best to nicely kite those dragoons back and forward to deal a little bit of damage now onto the cover of the cannons. And finally the cannons will enable to target the Zerglings here down, as more and more damage is being taken here actually by Rain. Same can be said here by JAEDONG, but if as you can see on the minimap, his macro game is really now slowly but steadily kicking in. With 53 workers, his economy is looking very strong. At the minimap you can see of course the reinforcements pouring here forward, as Rain tries of course to establish the expansion right there, but JAEDONG once again throwing everything he has. And notice now that the Protoss has no High Templar Storms being available here for him, and with that JAEDONG of course with a very convincingly game here, a very nice early protection here by him, a very great macro game by him. And let's not forget the nice SimCity build order with only 2 Sunkens in this location, only 2 Sunkens here, being able to protect the workers. And with only 5 Mutalisks, let's not forget those 5 Mutalisks, he was able to snipe around 7 to 8 workers here from Rain, so crippling him a little bit down. And in the end he played it defensively until he knew that of course his macro game would be so strong. If you can see it even into the production tab, 9 more Hydralisks would have been on the way, 2 more lurkers. His economy of course soaked up here, as JAEDONG pretty much investing everything he has with a great amount of workers, 55 workers. As yeah, Rain with a pretty good defense, but the High Templars were a little bit in a lack of course. JAEDONG very fastly microing his Hydralisk here out of danger. Okay, let's just check the stats very quickly in case you guys are interested. I'm going to be clicking left and right. A very interesting game, a very good game here by JAEDONG, especially the early defense, very strong with those Sunkens and the SimCity build order. And yeah, the Corsair sadly here for Rain didn't really make a difference. And let's not forget that he lost 7 workers against only 5 Mutalisks. Yeah, very good game here by JAEDONG, winning this one very convincingly, throwing everything he has towards the enemy, and in the end, of course, blocking the second expansion point from the Protoss, and with that, of course, securing a quite convincing game for him. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is your host Tommy, signing out.